everybody, and welcome to the final of the Limitless Qualifier number 3 for the Invitational. I am Marcos Pataro, and I'm joined by Martin Wagner. How you doing, my man?
Yeah, it feels great to be back finally. Everything is coming to a conclusion, to the end, and it comes down to a mirror match in the finals of what I think is the best deck in format. So could have
Indeed.
could have been in any other way. I don't think so.
Indeed. We saw how dominating Picarom has been this tournament. And we have here today on one side, Kim Pobega from Italy, piloting this Picarom deck. And on the other hand, Justin Farinango. He's doing really well as well with the same deck.
Yeah, this is going to be super hype. Picarom is just like the mirror is so explosive. It's just go big or go home all the way. I think you can see big plays like take bolt for 6 prizes. Everything is possible in that match.
Exactly. Let's actually take a quick look at their deck list. We see the main, they're pretty much the same. The main difference is probably the inclusion of the Marshadow from Kim in terms of Pokemon, and in terms instead of trainer cards, we see something very similar. 2 reset stamp for Justin, which might make the difference in such a matchup. And as well, 2 big charms.
Yeah, big charm is really good. Like especially in it's usually good in a lot of different matchups, but I think in the mirror match it can be just a little bit you need to tip it in your favor. I think at least it has a lot of potential. Justin is not playing as much energy as we saw from other lists, so I'm really interested in seeing how this will play out. Yes, but other than that, the lists seem pretty similar overall.
Indeed. I think this will very much come down to the draws, the small decisions that will make this matchup quite different. There also another big difference I would say is the energy count. We see less energies actually from Justin. Makes quite the difference, especially at the beginning. But it's just a 2 energy difference, and actually he just decided to play 3 speed energy. Very interesting.
Yeah, I think probably taking a quick note out of the expanded textbook, where we had like flash energy, but it was also only at 3 counts, I believe, when Pika was played heavily, because you can't really move it with energy. You can't move it with energy switch. Only tech switch is able to move special energy, and it's useless for full blitz. Like you can't accelerate speed lightning out of the deck, and you can't get it back from the discard with Tapu Koko Prism. So high basic energy counts are really mandatory.
Yes, exactly. And Kim does also have the extra basic energy compared to Justin. Justin, however, is very. I think I like more Kim list, but I really like the consistency of Justin list. It's very well thought out. Every single card in there has a has an opportunity to shine. And the main difference I would say is also the lack of tag team supporters from Justin.
Yeah, just deciding to go for Faulkner, which is I feel like Faulkner allows you to be a little bit quicker sometimes with your setup, where the tag team supporters have a little bit more, like, they are more situational and sometimes seem a little bit slower. Faulkner allows for a better like turn 1 going second, but Goose Mahala, for example, allows for a better turn 2 going first, basically.
Exactly. So well said. And I think we're getting into the game right now. Start for Zero Aura for Justin, and it's a pretty decent hand overall. Quick ball as well, speed, energy to draw those 2 extra cards already on turn 1. So yeah, excellent start here. Let's see how Kim responds to this start.
Yeah, and of course, Justin is on a little bit of an older PC, so if the frame rate is not 100% perfect, we excuse that, but we try to make up for that with the the quality and the pace of the gameplay. I
think it's better compared to Kim, who's playing from his phone. So yeah, I think it's a battle of the ages, really. So we see a quick ball already going first for Kim. He did start with the Bolton. It is a good start even if you go first, because obviously next turn you can already attach. But so most of the times you just want to full blitz as soon as you have the opportunity. But it's always a contingency plan.
Yeah. I think yeah, like the overall card advantage that you're able to get with Pika on the first few turns allowed just as we saw throughout this whole tournament for early full blitzes, and if you get that you're basically good to go. And starting the Volt Hunt is really good. Getting the energy attachment turn 1 on the Pika, even the speed lightning is exactly what you want to see. And I feel like we will see a little bit of a mirrored start here, probably.
Yes, exactly. We'll see an acceleration probably with the Bolton. He does grab the Tapu Koko, however. I think I like this. It's a bit
Yeah.
risky in case you have a really bad hand after you Professor Research, but his hand is looking great. He can just attach the energy, retreat with Zero Aura, and then energy switch it onto the Bolton. He actually decides to go with the speed energy, which I'm not sure you can move with the energy switch.
No, you can't because
So
you
he's
can only
probably just
you can
going
only
for
go back.
the Tapu Koko, I guess.
Yeah, you can Tapu Koko here and then Bolt Hunt anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
you don't lose anything. The Pikachu Zekrom will come out, hit the bench, and yeah, it's like if you are able to get the turn 1 full blitz here, that would be a huge
Mm-hmm.
momentum swing. But I feel
Yep.
like if you attach the speed lightning energy, you're basically saying, okay, fine, I'm not going for it, right?
Exactly, exactly. The main difference as well, we just saw the Great Catcher being discarded, is that Kim also plays an extra copy of the boss orders. So the gust effects for Kim are in his favor, especially considering this Great Catcher was already discarded. But the start here is pretty standard. Bolton V attaching 2 energies to the Ikaram. Let's see how Kim will be able to respond. A knockout here would be really amazing.
Yeah, knockout here would snowball you ahead really far in terms of like the energy attachment. So yeah, that's exactly what you're going for. Of course, Kim doesn't have the luxury of being able to go for an electrify if he wants to apply some pressure. And yeah, Guzmahala is exactly what you want to see. The tag team supporter here coming in clutch. He will be able to get the Thunder Mountain, the Speed Lightning energy, and a big charm.
Indeed. Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. So good stuff here for Kim. He will probably be able to full blitz on this turn, drawing even 2 extra cards, and that's the power of the speed energy. I love the card. I really like as well the flavor that he gave to it. So let's give it to Lightning, which is a very aggressive type of deck. And there we go.
Yeah.
Pack call. Let's see what he's able to grab in this situation. Probably just setting himself up, maybe grabbing a Lorn Raichu and Lorn Raichu. There it is. Super important card in this matchup. Also, the tag team, I think, with the best alternate art.
Yeah, it's definitely up there for sure. Also, the other card that he grabbed was really interesting in this matchup. The Mellow and Lana
Indeed.
could be able to just, if your opponent goes for full blitz without any electro power, if you Mellow and Lana that damage off, you basically set them back. I mean, they get the energy acceleration, but they don't get the damage off, which can sometimes be really, really huge. So the Mellow and Lana might come in clutch in the very late game, or maybe even as soon as the next turn if there's a full blitz.
Indeed, and there's the switch. Pickham, we know there's the Tavender Mountain, which is gonna help as well. Justin, but at what point already? He already has 2 energies on the Pikarom, and let's see where this freeze energies from Kim will go. Probably, yeah, on the Alolan Raichu, which is probably the best card in the mirror. As soon as you set it, you're menacing to just take a knockout on anything they have. And I don't think in this matchup the Tagbot will be too relevant.
Yeah, probably you will do everything you can to prevent the tech board. I think Raichu is just way safer to set up, and also the reward, like it's not as easily punishable because it goes to the bench as well, and it only needs 4 energy plus Thunder Mountain. So I think the tech bolt obviously has more value, but it sometimes can feel a little bit greedy. But we see here the second
Just
Pikachu
a full
Zekrom
blitz.
coming down, so
And right now, what could be really awesome for Kim would be to maybe knock out, maybe even taking 5 prizes is not exactly good in the situation, but knocking out one of the Picaroms can be very, very huge, especially the one with 3 energies, I would say.
yeah, for sure. So we will see. Like I think it will come down to who has the Gust plus an eventual tech bolt on which turn.
Indeed.
So I like the play of setting up the extra Pikachu Zekrom from Justin because it tells me a little bit that he will be playing towards the Tech Bolt eventually, which can be super, super rewarding. So he's
Indeed.
taking, of course, a little bit of a risk by doing that because, like, he already has a Pikachu Zekrom set up. Would be nice to have a Raichu for paralysis, but he feels like it's necessary here to go for threaten an eventual Tag Bolt, and he has the Tag Switch to go with it. So if this Pikachu Zekrom in the active isn't dealt with, we will see a Tag Bolt coming out.
Indeed, and especially here, there's also different in the list. Kim list is much more aggressive slash resourceful in a term in which if it draws the correct cards, then it's pretty much unstoppable deck. However, Justin does play 4 copies of Volkner. Kim plays none, so there's not much tutoring ability that can happen from Kim decks. Oh, even that, Malo and Lana right now, reducing him to 1 card. It is good. It just sets his opponent much back. But this Boltong, I believe, will not be able to take the knockout. It's just short of yeah.
Just the Bolt Storm, probably. Yeah, I think that's like the suboptimal thing about Melo and Lana. Of course, if you have a Dedenne to follow it up, it's really, really good. But sometimes you can't afford to bench a Dedenne, or you don't have it, and then the Melo and Lana will just reduce your hand size, and you are not really able to progress your board. I mean, if we compare those 2 boards, if Justin would be able to data change into boss orders here, his Boltund could get a knockout on the Raichu or the Pikarom.
Indeed. And even so, I really like this sort of matchups for the simple fact that right now we could see any of the player take 6 prizes in just 1 turn. It's a bit harder right now for Justin to pull off, but Kim is in very good shape to do so. Even Justin decides to bench at the Dene. Interesting.
Yeah, I think the reward of drawing the boss is here is really, really good.
Yes, exactly.
If you knock out the Pikachu Zekrom right here, you eliminated the threat of Tech Bolt.
Oh yes, I would definitely do that.
I mean,
Tooth Scrapper, excellent stuff.
Yeah, Tooth Scrapper. Also, Kim got rid of his Tech Switch with the Melo and Lana, so like he's not. If he's switching energies around, it's going to be single ones, right? He's not going to switch off like crazy. And yeah, this is fine as well. Eliminating the Raichu because it can run to the bench.
Yeah, exactly. It's always scary, you know, it's a one-shot possibility, so you want to take that out as soon as possible. Also, the Pikarom is much more, more in the knockout range, naturally, just because you have the Raichu and Alon Raichu. So yeah, this sets him already to win, and I think he needs to be very mindful of his next plays, because putting, for example, the Pikarom and attacking with it this turn might be very dangerous.
Yeah, even if you don't attack with the Pikarom, Justin is just a great catcher, basically away from.
Yeah, he did discard it. He did discard it, so he doesn't.
Oh, he discarded it. Okay, then.
But obviously, as you say, I think Justin will have the upper hand if the game prolongs. Just for the fact that he just needs to take a knockout on the Pikarom, which will probably be Kim's best attacker for next. And right now, his hand is running pretty much low. But just as I said it, Professor Research, thank you for contradicting me.
Yeah, Research refilling the hand.
Yes, and even if Kim can concatenate this effect with, for example, at the Gene, it could be really good. He could be mindful, I mean, he needs to be mindful of the Tag Bolt, but the Tag Switch was already used, I think, from Justin.
Yeah, so no Tag Switches coming out this game. But still the Coco Prism available for Kim, so if he is able to switch the energies around, he could go for a very, very threatening Tech Bolt this turn here and punish Justin for not going for the Pikachu Zekrom on the last turn.
Exactly. It would obviously not make him win this turn, but at the same time, it puts him very near. There's already an Electric Radar for 2 Dedennes. Probably going for the Dedenne here. I think it's more likely for him to just lose to, a boss order. So I think going for the Dene is, I think it's the right choice here.
Did it change Electro Power? I mean, there's a combination of cards that lets Kim win this turn if he goes
I don't think. Yeah, he needs a Great Catcher. You're right.
Great Catcher and another Electro Power plus 2 energy switches. I mean, that's a lot.
He needs exactly 6 cards like that.
Yeah, just saying it is possible, right?
Yeah, right. He already. I think. Did he already touch return? Because if he draws even a speed energy, he could pull it off. Let's see. I'm not sure if he attached already.
I'm not sure either, so we will see. Definitely, you need to be very mindful here. This turn will decide.
He actually just needs 1 energy switch because the Thunder Mountain is in play.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dance of the Ancients. Let's see where this goes. 1 energy there and 1 energy there. Could even go for the Tingler turn if he needs to buy 1 more turn. and that's a fair choice as well. Let's see. Pretty dangerous stuff as well, because we see the hand of Justin. We see there are two Volkners, two switches.
Yeah.
So he has enough things to move around, decide what he does, and there we go. The Dana being put into active just for a static shock, 50 damage, not getting bounced into the hand.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's the right
reacting
play.
hard to this. See.
Yeah, so now it comes down to if Justin would be able to like get a boss order off the top, he would be in a great position, but he wouldn't even win immediately.
There is a speed energy.
Speed energy really important here. Now he can just thin out the deck. Noted then a left. Oh, and also
no boss orders. Yes, that's the difference mainly between Kim and Justin's deck. Justin's deck plays only 2 copies of the boss order. I think one has already been played, and the Great Catcher has already been played. So I think there's 1 boss order in the prizes unless I missed a card. But there we go. Also reset stamp, setting Kim back.
And Kim is looking in a really good position here.
Oh, 150 surviving.
I think also a slight, like maybe a misstep from Justin.
Yeah, definitely.
Not thinning out the Bolt Hunt with the quick ball that he played anyway, right? And he didn't grab the Bolt Hunt out of the deck. And then he attached the speed energy and proceeds to draw into the Bolt Hunt that he just could have grabbed.
Oh,
and there are 2 electro power.
He's a stamp though. Let's see, because there's no knockout right now. It's just one energy short. Game goes to 7 cards. Is there an energy being drawn? Yes, there is, and that's gonna be game. Tag bolt for 260 on the active for the full effect. Taking an knockout as well. Maybe on the Dene, maybe on the Pikarom. So yeah, woo, what a game! And I love Pikarom mirrors just for this reason. So much damage. So much strategy behind it. The game can just resolve in 1 turn.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't love to see just tons of damage being dead?
Indeed.
You know, Kim's deck reminds me of the archetype or the playstyle itself reminds me of the deck he piloted at the Bochum regionals as well.
Yes, exactly.
Like the inclusion of the singular copies of the tag team supporters. He really loves those, and they paid off for sure.
Exactly.
So the Guzman Haller is just so insane because earlier you just be like, okay, I'm going to search my unit energy and I go -2, but I get the pieces I want. But now you basically go even playing the Guzmahala, searching for the pieces, and then you get to draw even more cards. So that's it's just insane.
Absolutely massive, as you say. And there we go. We're going into game 2. Oh, the Dennis start here by Justin. Very ugly start. So let's see right here. Let's just start with the Dene against the 0 aura. Kim actually goes first, I think.
Yeah, Justin called second, I believe.
Yeah, that's a fair choice with Pika.
It makes a lot of sense in Pika, yeah. If you're able to get the turn 1 tag board, then you're basically good to go. Rather unfortunate hand there from Justin, because there's the Great Catcher. And the Great Catcher is like the most important piece, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to discard it. That's the Volkner there. Probably just gonna go for an attachment this turn. Pretty mild play overall. He would be able to, well, actually, I don't think he's able to switch right away. Because he doesn't have the energy switch, which you would need to, like, I don't know, for example, take a Boltund, take a Pikarom, and he's just going for the Dene. Fair enough.
Being able to maybe grab some more cards. He's going to see tons of cards this turn anyway, but unfortunately he can't play any of them right now.
Yeah,
so
maybe he draws the perfect cards. Let's see, those are not the perfect cards, never mind.
So now Kim is looking, like if Kim can apply some pressure this turn even, either with an Electrify, which is basically set up already.
Yeah, right.
Then he can go for... apply a lot of pressure, right? Apply tons of pressure already, and Justin will be on the back foot for the rest of the game.
Ooh, Electrify on this aura. No cards being played here for Kim. Pretty sad overall. This game is actually low. We were about to showcasing the speed and the power of Pikarom, but we ended up just playing just to showing off when it bricks. So yeah, whatever. So there's a Volkner here. Once again, he's able to take the resources he wants. Probably will see, yes, the energy switch and the energy. Well, actually, he could have gone for the
Oh no.
Yeah, I think he misplayed here. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
He
he
could have
could
gone
have
for the
gone
stadium
for
now.
the quick ball first,
Oh yeah.
and
A little
then
bit of a misplay. He did
and
have
then
the stadium nav, so he could have gone for that as well. I'm not sure if the Thunder
yeah,
Mountain or the stadium
maybe
nav.
it was priced. I didn't see it going through the stack very quickly, but he could have at least grabbed the quick ball and then go for Tapu Koko Prism and yeah, get the 3 energies on the Pikarom guaranteed.
Oh
If
yeah.
like if that wasn't, I think that was an option for him for
Yeah, but
sure. Maybe it was priced as well, but I don't
uh-huh.
think so.
As well, Kim is not looking too great right now. I don't think he drew anything out of this hand. He's still stuck there, just switches into the zero aura, nothing peculiar.
I mean, that's
And
just what happens sometimes, right? If you have two combo decks facing up against each other and they
oh,
don't
never
have
mind.
any pieces.
There's a
Oh,
Professor Research.
getting rid of a lot of resources right there.
Yeah, the Malone Lana is probably the most intense card that was discarded. There was a
Well,
Marshadow as well. Not too much, not too important in this matchup, but it can always
yeah,
be
two
handy.
energy switches can be kind of tough sometimes to lose
Hmm.
on turn one. But yeah, but let's see what this research brings us, and maybe Kim will be able to advance his board this turn. He also has access to the Den if he likes to, so like he can play the Den this turn if he likes to go further. But just attaching to the bolt hunt, probably like telegraphing a little bit of a slower pace
Hmm.
pace game this time.
Indeed, indeed. Let's see actually what happens here, because Kim is just staring down this hand, attaching the energy to the Bolton. But what more can be done here? Because I don't think he had the Pikarom to attach the energy, or maybe he's not going for that plan anymore.
He
I
has
don't know,
so
it's not
many
looking
out
great.
to the Pika and still wasn't able to find it just yet.
Yeah, for sure he doesn't want to leave that
Insane.
zero aura there. It's too important. Yeah, in fact. Bolton being put back into the bench. And Kim does
Yeah,
play only that one copy of zero aura, so he wants to protect it. 130 damage.
so that 130 can be relevant, and there's the Stadium Nav.
System
In
nav.
fact, it was in the deck, so
See,
could have
and
been a grab. But
okay,
there's a
one
haste.
head,
Okay.
but there is also the Thunder Mountain. So yeah, maybe a little bit of an oversight there. Yeah, we saw him try to drag the energy before, but it happens, you know. So there's even the Elgigas great card being printed, reminiscent of the Via Seeker. The only difference you have now one less space in the bench. But there we go, Electro Power as well for Justin. Does he have a follow up?
Really nice. I mean, if you get to the full blitz, it's just manually attaching 3 times, whatever, so be it.
Ooh,
And that's rough, right?
point
If you
energies.
decide to play lower energy counts, and then you run out of them, like you have none left in deck after turn 3, that's kind of rough sometimes.
Indeed, indeed. That sometimes happens with Pickeron because you want to be super fast in the earlier turns, but when you're not able to connect the cards correctly for a time because the deck just doesn't give it to you, sometimes this happens, and you want the energies to be in the deck with Pickeron. So yeah.
9 lightning energy in total is like a really, really low, like overall count, I think. I would much rather see like those lists that play like crazy amounts. Maybe 14 is like a little bit too much,
Yeah.
but or like maybe 16 is a little bit too much. But I think more than 9 basic lightning
Mhm.
would be really helpful because you will probably oftentimes get in scenarios like this. Like it's not too rare for 1 or 2 energies being prized, 1 or 2 being discarded, and you do not like you don't have every time have the luxury to go for the Tapu Koko Prism Star. Sometimes
Exactly.
you just try
Just
to work
prize
your way
most
up
of the
there.
times.
Yeah, sometimes it's just priced. I mean, that's just what can happen sometimes.
Indeed, and we saw the Pikarom here from Justin being damaged for 130. This would mean that if Kim was able to, for example, set up a Pikarom, he would take the knockout actually with the full blitz, but then he needs also follow-up play to that. There's the Guzman Hala discarding actually a Pikarom. Let's see what he grabs for. It's a very interesting
really
point here.
interesting.
He can take the knockout as well with the Zero Aura, removing 3 energies. Yeah, I think he needs to knock out this Pikarom this turn.
Yeah, for sure. The Pika's guaranteed the biggest threat. Maybe he was just waiting for the right turn to put the Pika down to not like so it doesn't get damaged.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Just wait for the perfect timing. You know, if your opponent takes a knockout, then so be it. I guess if he goes down to 2 prizes, he still. If you get the Pika in return, then it's fine. They can't take 4 prizes in 1 turn, but you maybe can. Also, yeah, if you see that your opponent is only accelerating 2 energies out of his deck, and you don't even have to attack with your own tag team, then you're in a pretty good position, I think.
Indeed, indeed. And there we go. The knockout being took actually by the Bolton. Enough energies on the board to take the knockout. And yeah, I think right now Justin needs absolutely to step into this game and say, I had the better setup and I will use it. I will exploit it and I will try to close out this game. It does have Dance of the Ancient too, attaching the energy on the Zeraora and on the Raichu. You think he
Yeah.
considered the knockout with the Dene? On this Bolton?
I think, yeah, that could make a lot of sense actually. I was rather thinking about aggressively going for a boss's order, but Justin is just discarding it anyway. Yeah, I would have liked to see a boss order coming out and maybe a knockout with the Raichu GX attack and push something up that doesn't give up 3 prizes.
But yeah, big hit here. Reset Stamp, putting Kim back to 3 cards, and that's mainly the difference between these 2 decks. Justin does play 2 copies of the hand control, the Reset Stamp. So I think he would just go for the knockout with the Tandem Shock. He could go for the Lightning Ride and just switch back into the bench, but that seems like a bit of a waste.
Yeah, that's why I would have like he didn't play supporter this turn, right? If he just went for like a boss's order on the Pika, that would stop any tech ball shenanigans in its tracks.
Exactly.
And your Raichu runs to the bench. So
Indeed.
I would have liked to see that, but yeah, this is also a fine play. Taking the Voltant off the board, stamping your opponent down to 3, makes it highly unlikely that they have anything, but...
And this Raichu is massive, but whoa, already 2 Electro Powers being played this turn by Kim.
So
If
Kim
it
only
does
needs
find-
like a Thunder Mountain or Tapu Koko Prison Star plus
Yeah.
an energy.
Energy and Thunder Mountain! There it is! Another Electro Power!
Another Electro Power to boot, insane. There's the tech bolt.
Wow! And Kim Pobega from Trieste, Italy, is gonna take down the tournament, winning the second game in a very convincing manner. Well played to his opponent as well, Justin. Very well played to Kim. And yeah, this has been an awesome series overall.
Yeah, I really like the gameplay. The mirror is so explosive. We saw the potential of both decks, and yeah, really, Kim's list has really convinced me. Like, his approach has really convinced me. It makes a lot of sense to play those single tag team supporters, with the small tech call package, and yeah, it's a really good approach, and of course, it has worked out for him greatly. And I think for now we've settled at least a little bit what the best approach of Pikarom is for now. Yeah, Kim Pobega really just showing that his experience with the deck was paying off, and yeah, that just if you play one deck to near perfection, that you can take down large tournaments, beat everyone in the mirror match that you face, and yeah, really just great play from him.
Indeed, and he showed the aggressive side of Pikarom, absolutely, and as well, like, his list is very well thought out, very well balanced. I enjoy it a lot, but it's been, I think right now, as we said, it's the first tournament, it's very first big tournament, so we'll see how the meta shapes up. Pikarom, massive, absolutely.
It's certainly
absolute
forced to be
unit.
reckoned with. Also, guys, don't be
Yes.
surprised. I'm not Marco Spartaro, but we don't have a graphic that shows all 3 caster names, so even though we're all 3 on screen currently, we only can show 2 names.
He is not, he's an imposter, he's not me. I'm the real one.
Yeah, my name's Philip Schultz, in case you didn't know. I feel like I had to say this a million times this weekend. Anyways, we are checking up if we maybe can get an interview with Kim. I think he's still quite busy, so I don't know if he can join our game. But Marco, you're pretty well connected with him, I believe.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
texting him right now.
Yeah, you also mentioned that you work with him on the deck list, so I guess.
Yes,
yeah,
I'll
we
see.
can
I'll see
know.
what we can do.
Yeah. So
But
maybe we
yeah,
can get
this
into
has been an
interview as
amazing
well.
experience, really.
Yeah, also at that point, I'd like to thank our new subs and Tamadra Drummer 009, Boogienator, Mr. Cervera, Zininchi 18, Samerz, Wings, 68
Pedro.
Staple, Jump Talk X, Pixar, Billa Chiller 3, Guardian Grove 666, Matthew Blade, Another Rag, Basement, Media, Jackinator 14. And also big shout out to our cheers, Make Love No War Turtle, most notably cheering like almost every at almost every of our qualifiers. Actually, I think at every of our qualifiers. So big thanks to you. And also Sandy Grabbit, Steven2403 and Playscape Games also coming in with some cheers. So thanks a lot for that. We really appreciate the support. And yeah, we hope that the subs unlocked a new mode. I'm not really sure, but we are really close to unlocking a new mode. So hopefully we had this or can get it very soon. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed all the action from this weekend. We finally got to see new Rebel Clash cards. People have been asking for the format to change for a long time now. People really got annoyed by ADPization and Chinchino Mill and Mekago Mill. So yeah, and this weekend has certainly completely shaken up the meta. It's nothing like it used to be before. Mill was nowhere to be seen, only in a very, very changed approach that Wilma piloted to top 4, being more of a control deck than a Mill deck these days. And ADPization, of course, was still quite popular, but had a really poor performance, I think.
Indeed. Yeah. I think it couldn't just keep up with Pikaram, to be fair. Pikaram was just... the problem before was that if you were able to, put it stationed with a metal frying pan, it was really hard to take it down. But right now, with the speed that Pikaram is able to put out, you're pretty much granted a full Blitz turn 1.
Yeah, for sure. So, and yeah, and even if that not, when you always have to electrify, and yeah, Pika just got so much stronger this format, and being better dealing with ADPization, being better with Chinchino Mill. I'm really looking forward what players come up with in 2 weeks at our final qualifier to deal with Pika, because it's certainly the dominant force, and yeah, just a mirror match in the finals is already testimony enough. And also it can be played in all shapes and forms. So that will be very interesting. I'd love to see more Dragapult action. I really enjoyed to watch those, even though it seemed a bit clunky. But it was very great. Yeah, anyways, Marco, did you hear anything from Kim otherwise?
Yes, I am hearing from him right now. I think he will be able to do with their interview. I don't know if right away or in 10 minutes.
Alright, so we will go to to a quick advertisement video, and if you want to hear something more about the winner, Kim Pobega, just ask in the Twitch chat, let us know some questions for him, and we will hopefully be back with an interview with him soon.
Make money today.